Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight on your Wednesday. I'm Sophie Erber.
And I'm Tim Seaman. It has been more than a week since most Siouxland students went back to school. That return to the classroom came with extra challenges for teachers, students, and their parents.
That's right. A closer look now in our top story at 6. KCAU 9's Jessica Watson sharing how some parents are making it work for their family in our top story. Jessica?
It's a school year unlike any other. For some parents, it's going well, but others say it's been a challenge.
Actually normally goes to daycare, but I was able to get today off, so we're enjoying a day off at the park, which normally you wouldn't be able to do during the school year when they go 5 days a week.
Mallory Hofford spent the afternoon with her 2 children. One's in daycare and the other's on a hybrid kindergarten schedule.
It's been a little bit different, but it's been working for us. We are hoping, though, that we will get to go 5 days a week soon.
Kids are ready to go back to school full-time as well as their parents.
Barbara Gale's happy to have the extra time with her grandchildren.
Well, my daughter and son-in-law live here in town, but they both work jobs that have not allowed them to be home when their children are off of school, and they didn't have anybody else that they could depend upon to watch their children during the day. So I'm from Wyoming, and I came up here to help them out.
I've been doing school for about a week.
It's a challenge.
Shelley Worthington has 2 students in Dakota Valley schools. She's at work while her students go to school online.
One's in 3rd grade and one's in 11th grade, and I work full-time, so it's really been a challenge with making sure that the 16-year-old is responsible enough to check on her brother and his lesson plans.
All the parents I spoke to today say ideally they would love to see all their kids back in the classroom full time if COVID wasn't an issue. Jessica Watson, KCAU 9 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Jessica. Well, the Des Moines School District now confirming a special education teacher has died due to coronavirus. A district spokesman saying the teacher contracted the virus on an out-of-state trip. The Des Moines Public School District now set to return to school virtually. That is next week.
Businesses forced to close over virus concerns are now eligible for additional financial assistance. Bars and restaurants in 6 Iowa counties can now apply for up to $10,000 through the Iowa Small Business Relief Program. Establishments in Black Hawk, Dallas, Lynn, Johnson, Polk, and Story counties were ordered by Governor Reynolds closed through September 20th. The governor saying at today's press conference that she'll monitor data from those counties before making changes to mitigation efforts. The coronavirus pandemic has put many Siouxland small businesses through the ringer, and that's the case for stores that have been around for a couple of years or a couple of dozen. Overnight, Siouxland business owners facing the possibility of shutting down permanently.
What's the business going to do if it has to shut down for so long? Or are clients going to come back after we reopen? You know, what's it look like, you know, when things start, you know, being normal again, if they ever will be normal?
Well, you know, it first started off, we had people that said, oh, you ought to just lock up. You ought to just close up, put everybody on unemployment. And we really didn't want to do that. Having been in business as many years as we've been in business, we had fears if we close it up, will we ever get reopened?
KCAU 9 reporter Lydia Vasquez shares how those small businesses have been making it through the worst of the pandemic, coming up tonight at 10.
Now for a quick check on Siouxland's COVID-19 numbers today. Woodbury County health officials reporting 9 new cases. There are 19 people currently hospitalized due to COVID-19.
Across the river in Nebraska, Dakota County now showing 15 new positive tests. That's in the last 24 hours, as well as 1 additional death. The county also reporting 68 cases in the past 2 weeks.
And in South Dakota, Union County reports 50 active cases. The first coronavirus-related death linked to the Sturgis motorcycle rally has been confirmed tonight by health officials in the state of Minnesota. According to the Minnesota Department of Health, a spokesman there says that a man in his 60s was hospitalized with COVID-19 after returning from the rally. That man later died. An analysis by the Washington Post finds about 260 cases in 11 states are now tied directly to this rally. There are 105 cases in South Dakota connected in total to that rally.
Well, like you could see during the rally, they had good weather out there, and that is the case once again here in Siouxland.
Now, continuing our summery streak, well, bouncing back to it, I should say. The past 2 days have been a little bit cooler, but back in the 80s today, 90s some places.
Yeah, a little bit hotter out there today, Tim and Sophie. We saw our temperatures rise into the 80s and 90s. After a relatively cool start, we had some fog hanging around the region this morning. Once that lifted away, we were treated to some bright sunny skies and hotter weather this afternoon. 87, the high temperature today in Sioux City, getting up above 90 as you head to the west in O'Neill, and 90 degrees was our high temperature today in Spencer. It's also not going to be quite as cool for tonight, as it looks like temperatures will take a dip into the upper 50s and lower 60s. It's also going to become windy for tonight. We'll talk about the impacts with that and what we can look forward to for the weekend. That's in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
All right, thanks a lot, Scott. Well, the Woodbury County Auditor says he will not try to appeal a judge's decision against pre-printed ballot request forms. Today, Auditor Pat Gill holding a press conference to discuss some of the controversy surrounding absentee ballot request forms in Woodbury County. After thousands of ballots are invalidated, Woodbury County's Auditor Pat Gill saying it is time to figure out what's next. Now, voters will receive one ballot request from the Iowa Secretary of State and another from Woodbury County prior to this election.
They will have two opportunities to mail that ballot back postage free, and we encourage every voter to do that. The duplicates, when we get it, all we do is just say a duplicate. As long as we've got one good request form, we will send them a ballot on October 5th.
Gill also says a good portion of voters have already sent in another absentee ballot request form, so that will be saving the county some money.
A Nebraska ballot initiative aiming to bring legalized gambling to horse tracks in the state is now in the hands of the Nebraska Supreme Court. The 7 justices hearing arguments this afternoon in Lincoln. Now, the High Court was asked to intervene after Secretary of State Bob Evans disqualified the issue from being placed on the November ballot. The secretary saying the way that proponents for the measure drafted the initiative violates the state's constitution and could mislead voters. But groups behind the ballot initiative, like Winnebago-based Ho-Chunk Inc., disagree.
An initiative measure may not contain multiple dissimilar provisions in a single measure presented to voters for a single vote. Each of the 3 ballot initiatives before the court satisfies this rule. Our Constitution belongs to the people, and the ultimate decision on whether to authorize games of chance is up to the people of Nebraska.
Justices are expected to quickly rule on the matter. The deadline for having an item included on the general election ballot is September 11th.
A back-to-school program across Siouxland is looking for volunteers tonight. The Food Bank of Siouxland's backpack program starts up next week. The program donating food to schools that have a high number of students who are participating in free and reduced lunches. To find out how you can help this organization, feel free to check out this story. It's on our website right now. That's at SiouxlandProud.com or on the KCAU 9 News app.
Some thieves in California creating some concern for convenience store operators.
Or how one employee tried to stop this unbearable criminal from getting his paws in the store's merchandise. Coming up.
Some more sunny days are ahead of us. It will be breezy for our Thursday. We'll talk about a major cool down for next week, which is going to come with some rain chances too. All of that's in the 9 on 9 forecast up next.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Sophie Erber, Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson, and Sports Director Jake Jones. This is KCAU 9 News at 6. Accurate forecast. This is KCAU 9 weather.
Well, it's been one of those weeks where we stair-stepped our way to some warmer weather.
We sure did, and especially because overnight we had some chillier temperatures.
True,
but
right.
Scott, too, that heat that Tim mentioned today, it's still a dry heat, so very pleasant.
Yeah, very dry heat. We had relative humidity values only in the 20 to 30% range, so not really a whole lot of moisture hanging in the air at this time. And that did help to propel the temperatures near 90 across Siouxland this afternoon. Here's the view from the Ho-Chunk Center camera now as we look over the Missouri River in in downtown Sioux City. And as we check out what's happening now, you can see that our temperature is currently hanging close to the mid-80s. It's 85 degrees in Sioux City at this time, a southwest wind of 9 miles per hour with relative humidity 32%, the dew point now at 52 degrees. And then some clouds will start to creep back in on Sunday with a high temperature of 87 on Sunday afternoon. Here's the 9-on-9 forecast now. It shows that we will have some pretty big changes as we go into next week, starting on Labor Day. We'll have a high temperature of 75 degrees, and it looks like the daytime hours should be dry on Monday, but as we approach the evening, we will have some showers spill out and a good chance of rain, and it could be pretty substantial for a change next Tuesday with a high temperature of just 69 degrees. Certainly looking more fall-like next week with highs between 70 and 80 degrees and some overnight lows falling into the 40s. Tim and Sophie.
Thanks, Scott. We'll get ready for a steamy kind of weekend, it looks like.
Yeah, but we could use some rain, so at least that's in that forecast, too. Well, gas stations are a convenient place to grab a snack for many people. That includes some carnivorous creatures.
Those bold bears are entering bustling businesses and coming dangerously close to customers. And, yes, it's all caught on camera. Next.
This is KCAU 9 News.
Pretty amazing video to share with folks tonight. Some wild bears in California have been going after more than just picnic baskets. Instead, the animals going after shopping sprees.
Yeah, they're getting smart while people are getting a little too daring in their presence, too. Steve Large brings us the details.
A series of surveillance videos show the crazy confrontations between bears and people inside this Kings Beach gas station convenience store over the past 3 weeks. This one, dated August 30th, shows a bear lying on the floor eating candy and crackers. This video shows a bear inside the store August 12th, followed by a customer swatting the bear's backside. And this video from August 29th shows an employee trying to prevent a bear from entering the store until the bear makes a quick move forward, lunging at the employee, who quickly backs away. That employee is Paul High.
It was kind of scary, yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
High says this is not what he signed up for.
Not in the job description, no, not at all. Fighting off bears was not in the job description.
But it is now.
It is now, apparently, yeah.
And it's not only at the gas station store. This video shows a bear inside a Safeway supermarket. It's one of the same bears that has become a frequent customer inside Kings Beach businesses. Ann Bryant with the Bear League has reached out to both the gas station and the grocery store about how to prevent more of these interactions.
The bear should not be going into buildings where there's people and someone could kill him or shoot him, or the Department of Wildlife could kill him.
Wild encounters captured on video.
Oh, they're definitely smart.
Bold bears making for risky business.
Incredible footage there.
Yeah.
Well, experts recommend tonight businesses disable automatic doors so they can't just walk inside them.
That seems pretty reasonable. Also, they say that Pine Sol, something I never heard of, that cleaner actually serves as a pretty good deterrent against bears.
I wonder why that is.
Keep that in mind, I guess, if you're headed out west.
Yeah.
Well, both Briarcliff and Morningside volleyball teams come into this new season with a similar goal.
That's right. They proved the voters wrong. Jake has more with both schools. That's coming up next in sports.
KCAU 9 Sports.
Welcome back. On Monday, Iowa State announced that it would be allowing up to 25,000 fans at their football season opener against Louisiana a week from Saturday. But how quickly things can change. Today, Athletic Director Jamie Pollard saying that fans won't be allowed to attend. Pollard saying in a statement that he worked closely with ISU President Wendy Winterstein on their plans to move forward with fans at games. But on late Tuesday, Winterstein decided to reverse her decision after receiving negative feedback from the community, saying that while he's disappointed that they're still committed to having spectators at future games. They'll have some time to figure that out, too. The next home game in Ames isn't until October 3rd, meaning ISU will be looking for some changes before allowing fans at Jack Trice Stadium. Iowa State updating its COVID numbers today. During last week's testing, 289 people tested between players in the athletic department, 207 of those being athletes, 8 positive tests, all athletes. Compare that to their testing since June 8th, which previously only had 41 positive tests from athletes. GPAC volleyball returns on Saturday with Morningside and Briarcliff both pick in the back half of the conference polls, looking to prove the GPAC coaches wrong in 2020. Morningside comes into the season with a new head coach and former Mustang All-American Jessica Squire, which means on top of already a challenging year where the team didn't really have any off-season workouts and adjusting to new COVID policies, they're also working on learning a new system. Morningside was ranked 7th in the GPAC preseason poll, which was expected from the team's perspective, but isn't where they see themselves.
I expected that. I expect a lot of growth from our team. Every match and every practice, we get better and better. So do I believe we're middle of the pack? Absolutely not.
We are all learning, like, together, the new coaching staff, the new plays, all that sort of stuff. For us seniors and juniors, we kind of fake it till we make it right now, till we can adjust. But the younger players have been really good at filling in those roles and showing their confidence to us that they can handle the new stuff being thrown at them.
Sometimes we all got to fake it till we make it. Mustangs opened their 2020 slate on the road this Saturday when they head down to Crete to take on Doane for their season opener at 11. As for the Briarcliff Chargers, they were in the same spot as Morningside last year with new head coach Lindsay Weatherford, but they enter 2020 ready to learn from their experience in Weatherford's second season. The Chargers went 3-13 in conference last fall, which is the first place that they want to improve, as they were picked 11th in the coach's preseason poll and lost majority of their top scorers to graduation. But the hope is that the newest crop of Chargers can step up early and make 2020 a better year than the voters think.
Filling those roles would probably be difficult, but we also brought in a lot of girls that are ready to fill that role as well. And so dispersing the leadership out, like, everybody's a leader, everybody's accountable on the team. And so I'm really excited to see who steps up into that.
We're going to use Grace Hanno a little differently. She can really be a utility for us. So we'll use her a little bit everywhere. Tyra Blue was one of our block leaders last year. We'll really rely on her.
The Chargers open their season at William Penn's tournament with a match versus Waldorf at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Guys, we're getting closer and closer to the return of college sports, even though we've already got high school.
You keep us hyped for all of these oncomings. I know last Friday you were so excited to finally have high school football back. So
it's got to build you up, let you down, though, with the Iowa State news. That is tough.
You know what? They listen to the people, and, you know, as long as the people are happy, that should be all that matters, right?
You'll keep us posted, I am sure. Thanks a lot, Jake. We'll check in for a final look at your forecast, but first, let's take a quick look outside right now in Siouxland. A beautiful, warm, summer-like day here in early September, but like you were saying earlier, dry heat, so it was nice to get outside and enjoy it.
Yeah, maybe just hot enough this afternoon that you had to turn the AC back on. It was sunny and warm outside, and it looks like tonight we'll see our temperature fall to 60 degrees, a strong wind snapping in, and it looks like that'll be with us for most of the day tomorrow, especially through the morning, and the temperature will be cooler at 78. Moving through the 9-on-9 forecast, you can see that we have some rain chances and cooler weather for next week, Monday and Tuesday.
Hopefully you get a chance to enjoy that nice night tonight, but then make sure to join us again at 10.
Good night.